So part three of the 5 challenges of becoming a conductor. We've covered 1 through 4. So 1 was schedule, 2 was finding time for exercise, your physical and mental health. Number 3 was maintaining a healthy or at least balanced form of a diet, and just try not to eat trash all the time. Number 4 was staying awake and planning your caffeine intake so it doesn't affect your sleep, and you still get through your shift and everybody remains safe, including you. Number 5 is going to be the one that all of you will deal with at some point. And it's dealing with personalities of coworkers that are from all walks of life and don't necessarily line up with your views of how the world works. You're going to get onto an engine with a grizzled old engineer that longs for the glory days and they bitch for 12 hours. It's going to happen. Then you'll get on with some people that you are going to be so glad that you met, and you'll carry on a full 12-hour conversation. It won't feel like work at all. You'll sit there, you'll have your coffee, you'll make sure you get to your location safely, and you can't wait to work with those people again. Both of those things are going to happen. However, you have to be able to maintain a civil conversation with somebody for 12 hours because the goal of that is not necessarily to become buddy-buddy. You're keeping each other awake for the 12 hours and making sure that you're not breaking rules so that you don't end up getting pulled out of service. You both have a job to do, and maintaining those conversations is really how you get to the end of your workday. Outside of that, you also have to learn from these people. So the unfortunate part is you're going to observe bad habits. You're going to observe rule breaking. You're going to observe shortcuts and sometimes just a blatant disregard for safety because they just want to be done with the day. And you have to be able to glean the good information and also make a judgment call on what feels safe to you. So obviously don't do anything that makes you feel unsafe, regardless of who or what, or if they tell you to do anything. If you don't feel safe, don't do it, and then address it when you get home. Pop your ass back in the cab. If they don't want to deal with you, let them finish their job and deal with it with your trainmaster later. But when it comes down to it, you're going to find ways to make your job easier, but you're going to be your job to discern what is close to the line of rule breaking and what is something that's a helpful tool that you can implement in the future to get you through your shift, and make sure that everything's done correctly. I hope that makes sense. So those are really the biggest things. As long as you can maintain that composure with that engineer, conductor, anybody that's working on your shift, maintain your coffee intake and, plan your caffeine and your food around what's going to work well for you. Find time for exercise and your mental and physical health, and, just nail down the schedule. Once you do that, everything else is good. The rest of it's about the money.